think I probably missed something, but an educational forum would be really good to have if we are going to adopt this into our city, because I think people need to know how to recycle properly in 2018 and moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to be heard? No. James, if you could help us out.
I just have a couple of observations. I'm a fairly new resident to Lincoln Park. I've only been here a year and a half, and I moved here from a community that did have curbside recycling, and I never realized how much I recycled till I got here. And I was appalled at what I was putting in my trash can that I knew someplace else I could take care of. The amount of cardboard and glass. I know there's been a lot of comments about China no longer taking plastic, but what about all the cardboard? What about all those Amazon boxes that you can collapse? You know, what about the glass from candle holders or the mayonnaise jar? That's not even a part of that China discussion. So there's other aspects of that to consider in terms of what we collect. Maybe we can adjust what's allowed based on what there's a market for. I don't have any answers. I think this is really a complex topic. And but I also know there's not any one perfect answer. So there's going to have to be some give and take in that. The other question I have with the state mandate that's approaching, if we don't do something, what kind of penalty is there going to be that we're going to end up having to pay because we don't comply with that?
So if the changes in the law were to go through, there wouldn't be a penalty. The way that it's structured is each county will have to develop a plan, as they do now. They have to develop a plan that talks about their disposal capacity, proving that they're able to handle all of their solid waste. What the shift would do is ask each county to develop a plan that speaks to managing all materials, not just solid waste. So not just your landfill disposal capacity, but also how are you going to handle yard waste, recyclables, all of these things. So each county would develop its own plan and would be required to establish goals that say how they're going to meet those benchmarks. And then counties get grant money and planning grants according to meeting the goals that they specify. It's very much more of a carrot approach than a stick. It's meant to help our counties move in the direction of improvement, recognizing fully that a county like Wayne County has many communities with well-established programs, and a rural county in the UP, it may be a huge leap for them just to establish one drop-off. So it allows for that kind of flexibility. But that being said, yes, there are benchmarks that we're hoping to reach, and we're hoping that the communities step up to reach those.
If the state later on makes us recycle, there ain't nothing we can do about it. But I heard that the state puts all these additions on the different communities, and then whenever they add something, they were supposed to pay for it or make up for it, but they don't do that. They put all these extra burdens on the cities, and they don't reimburse the cities for that. Now, some of these politicians are out there promising that they want to lower the taxes. Well, I'm against lowering taxes from the state until the state gives back to the cities all the money they stopped giving to the cities about 10 years ago when things got rough in the state. Lincoln Park lost over $5 million and was $1 million in 1 year. That was brought up at a city council meeting, and nobody corrected it if them figures were wrong. Now, before they cut any taxes in Lansing, or put any more burdens on us, I think they should try to give the cities back that money. Now, we're short of policemen, we're short of firemen, our roads are lousy and all that, and to spend almost $200 on something that we don't have to do right now, I think it's just a waste of money. I'd rather spend that $200 in fixing our roads. They're atrocious, and I hope more people would talk about that subject. Our cars are being shaken apart going over these potholes and everything, and they can't fix the potholes out of one of the funds I was informed at the city council meeting, because that's a special a special fund for that. You can't use that for potholes. That's a special fund for that. Or maybe that $57 a month should be put in for potholes and bad streets there, rather than these plastic bottles or that. And when people start washing out all them bottles, they'll see their electric or their gas bills go up and their water bills go up, washing all them things out. Thank you.
Anyone else wish to be heard? All right, then with that, then we'll call our, it's not a study session, what is our town hall to a close. We thank everyone for coming here. We appreciate all your opinions. If we get the recording right, this will be available to view later on if you want to share it with somebody else. As we're leading towards making a decision on this, we would like your input, so email us. All the links are on our city website, and we'll be glad to hear from you. And thank you all for coming tonight, especially the folks from DEQ and Wayne County. We appreciate your answering our questions here. Great addition. Thank you.
Ruin your day.